evening. Hello and welcome. This is our annual Maple City German Band concert. So whether you're here in person or online on our Facebook live stream, I'm glad you're here with us. We have some great music tonight to be played for you by some really awesome people and to support a really wonderful group, the Jenna Freadhoff. The Jenna Freadhoff raises funds to support the arts in town. They used to previously give scholarships, and we have two of their scholarship winners with us here tonight. They are both now music educators, so their goal of supporting the arts lives on through their scholarship winners as well, because they are both band directors. And so they are helping raise our next generation in music, which provides many advantages for the students' education and their edification. Thank you for braving the heat tonight and helping to support their goals. If you're able, please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Representing the German band this year, and I'm going to go down the line and introduce them to you, starting with Mark Maurer on the end on tuba, that's the big one, and next to him is Riley Ott and Jacob Berry on trombone, and then next to them we have Tonya Hernandez and Adam Schnabel on euphonium, and in the back we have Zander Ulam on percussion, and then we have Buzard and Matherly on trumpet, and then the clarinet obviously is my favorite section, and it's two of my students and one of my children. We have Jenna Freadhoff and my daughter Morgan Miller. I'm your hostess this evening, Tonya Miller, and I am so grateful you came out tonight. This is your 2026 German Band. Please give them a hand. Our first piece for you tonight is called Salutation March.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. In the German band tradition, we tell some dad or bad jokes. You can decide which way we're going there. We'll spread them out tonight just to give these guys a little more of a break. We're just going to spread them out like a beautiful quilt to keep giving us some extra breathers in this heat. So here's your first one. Why did they send the quilt guild to a war zone? Because they're excellent peacemakers. Sorry guys, it's a little slow tonight. Okay, so the next piece we have up is called Aunt Ella's Polka, and it literally the only program notes that we can find in the history is it was written for the composer's Aunt Ella, so this is for her. These sponsors help support the Maple City Band, which is the big version of us. So if you're ever visiting one of the businesses found in the program, please let them know you saw their name here. They will be glad to hear it. I do want to give a special thanks tonight to our season sponsors, Bethany Winkleman State Farm and Sedlock Construction, for their amazing support. The Maple City Band as a whole cannot do without our sponsors and our donors, so we very greatly appreciate all of you. And we appreciate you sponsoring us by being here tonight. Our next piece is called the Clarinet Polka. It's a fun little polka, except for the three of us.
Two key changes. It's hard that they don't show you every line, right? 200, right? Where is it? Tonight we have a singer, our Euphonium player, Tonya Hernandez.
intermission. It's obviously very famous. The German band plays it every year, and it became very popular during World War II, and it's remained well known throughout the years. If you know the words, sing along. If you don't, well, sing along anyway. It's a drinking song. It doesn't matter. So this is the Beer Barrel Polka.
Have
jump back on this. Welcome back. Alright, so for the second half, we're going to start with the Jolly Crowd Polka. Germans love socializing, and at German bars and restaurants, it's common for strangers to ask if they can sit down at your table. And it's actually considered rude to reject such a request. I know that sounds odd for our country, but unless you have a good reason for someone not to sit there. Usually a conversation will start up between total strangers and they'll get to know each other a little better. So this is Jolly Crowd Polka. feature, which Morgan is playing first and second tonight. She's just that good, she has to play both. And then and there's that featured Jenna and Morgan tonight. So it's always great that he writes polkas where it's not always the first part that gets all the great stuff. The second part sometimes the euphonium and the trombone gets it as well, trumpet. So he's a great composer in that regard. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the uniforms we're wearing tonight. We're wearing traditional clothing. So for us ladies, this is the traditional Bavarian dress called the dirndl. And it consists of usually a white blouse and a dress that has a top half that's usually pretty ornamental, has a lot of decorations on it, and then an apron. And the apron does have significance in Germany, and if it's tied on the right like mine, because they wear the wedding bands on the right, that means I am married or in a relationship, yeah, with him. And if you're on the left, it means you're single and ready to mingle. Yeah. But she does live 1,400 miles away, so there is that long distance thing. And if it's tied in the front, you are either a widow or too young to be dating someone, and a widow can put it on the left as well if she's ready to get back out there, or she can put it in the middle that says stay away from me. And then if it's in the back, there usually means they're working and they're waitressing at the time. So that is the dirndl. Then we have the lederhosen, and we have several of our gentlemen are wearing suspenders and the German hats tonight. The lederhosen are very warm. It usually consists of a white or check shirt and the suspenders and leather pants, so they cannot be washed. The sweat keeps them supple and moist. And he's really conditioning them tonight. And then usually we're knee socks and boots with them, but I mean, nobody's wearing knee socks and boots tonight. So, and then the hats. And the hats can run very expensive. They can be very fancy and have a lot of feathering and a lot of detail, and they can run thousands of euros, or they can be a simpler one, which, I mean, if you're going to go bar hopping on Oktoberfest, you probably want a simpler one. So that is our lederhosen. And up next, we are going to play At the Mill March. Lindenau is a municipality in Germany that was named after the linden trees that grow there. We also have linden trees in Illinois. They're the ones that have those large heart-shaped flowers, and they're really fragrant. They're also white. They bloom between May and July, so we're still in that window. The next time you see a linden tree, you can think of this piece, the Lindenau polka in Germany. It's graciously lent to us by Tonya Hernandez, the crooner we had up here earlier. Berliner Luft actually translates to Berlin Air, and it's a lively and popular German march, often considered the unofficial anthem of Berlin. It celebrates the city's spirit and vibrancy, and it's deeply associated with the city's identity. So here is Berliner Luft.
One, two, one, two, three.
association with Tuba. This piece, that was all for one of our players. This piece was also composed by Louis Vuitton, so a lot of our pieces were either written or arranged by him. So you can either thank him or blame him. Here is Tuba.
Here is Strass and Boschen.